Episode 3452, The Possibilities Lay in the Mind.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. Are you ready for a brand new week? Oh, come on. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I hope you are ready for something extraordinary because, yes, when you have breath, you can impact the world that you touch. The possibilities, though, lay in the mind. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the K.I.S.S newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. Well, have you ever felt stuck in a rut, clamoring for something different, but finding yourself unable to break free from your own mental barriers? The mind can play a lot of tricks on you, can't they? The possibilities, though, lay in the mind. Trust yourself. I know a lot of times we think we've got life figured out, and then all of a sudden we're back right where we started, and we're like, how did I get here? I'm back on this wonderful, comfy couch. How did I get here? Why can I not do things and keep moving forward? You see, the mind has this powerful ability to both inspire and hinder, often playing tricks on us, convincing us to stay within the confines of our comfort zones. No wonder we want the butt feel on that Lazy Boy recliner. Okay, Lazy Boy is not a sponsor of this episode, but seriously, when we get comfortable, we get a little bit lazy. Right? I mean, we're just like, oh, we just sink into it and it feels oh so good. Maybe you were sinking into a few things this weekend. Maybe you were enjoying some good tennis on TV. Maybe you were hoping that football's around the corner. Whatever it is, maybe you were out because it was the holiday weekend. Maybe you were with the vacation and family and friends and just enjoying time together. But you see, when we stop to think about, gosh, where do I really want to go? Because believe it or not, you got half of the year left. Yeah, we're in July of 2024. Why give up now? There's no reason to. You've got a lot ahead of you. You know, I write my goals down for every year and then I update them and then I make adjustments and tweaks and then I break them down to where it comes all the way down within a week. And so I don't know the nitty gritty of it until I'm at that week, but I know the overall 30,000 view picture. And then I take it down and I take it down and break it down and break it down until I'm about a week or two out. And then I can see exactly what needs to happen. Well, I can tell you this right now. My goals for 2024, they're going great. What I can't tell you is that they're moving at the speed that I want them to. There are some things that are moving very, very fast. And I'm like, can I slow this down just a little bit? Because we're getting all these requests to join new networks for our television show, which is a fabulous position to be in. But because of that, that requires what? More airtime, which requires more money, which, well, we're still working on that part of it. So if you're one who says, gosh, Christiane, yeah, I would like to do some stuff with your TV show, hey, reach out to me. Seriously. Connect at createyournow.com. But in all of this, especially if you're an author, by the way, just plugging it here, because we've got some incredible opportunities coming up. And just reach out to me and say, hey, I heard you mention this. Or if you know somebody that does, it doesn't have to be a brand new book. It doesn't have to be, it could be a book that you've written 20 years ago. Or maybe you're in the process of writing and you want to get on the schedule. So look me up. But in telling you all of this, we also have a house under renovations. And it is loud this week. They are hammering through our master bathroom. I'm going to be taking pictures. I'm sure there will be teachable moments in all of this. I'm sure you'll hear things here on the podcast. I may actually record when they're doing some of the demo, just so we can kind of get the real authentic feel of it. Because when we go under our own renovation, right, within our own heart, within our own mind, it is kind of like, you know, you got the sledgehammer there and man, you're just tearing things down. And then you got to build things back up. And then you've got to choose, well, what tile is going to come in here? What curtain do you want hung? Right? What do you want it to look like? What faucets, what coloring, what cabinets, all of this stuff that you have to figure out. And in our mind, though, we don't see it that way. And it's not as much fun because you can see it when you're redoing your home, but you can't see it when you're redoing it in your mind. And so what happens is we put these self-imposed limitations on ourselves. And we say, I just can't do it, because we really can't see beyond that. We can't go there. Our eyes can't see, so we're afraid to walk by faith because we want to see it by sight. But what if you could silence the thoughts of fear and doubt and explode into a nature of calm and consistent adventure? Oh yeah, renovations are quite the adventure. Now, that might seem like a paradox, right? But sometimes what is magnificent comes from what appears muted or opposite. So it's time to unmute your greatness within. That is your K.I.S.S to Keep It Simple strategy. Unmute your greatness within. It's time to challenge the status quo. It's time to challenge where you are. Because if not, you're going to stay on that lazy boy with your butt impression, and it's going to feel oh so good. But guess what? 2 months now, 3 months now, you're going to be like, why didn't I just do that? And you won't even understand why you didn't, because time has moved on and so many other things have happened that you're like, you really can't see the impact because you're not in it. You're too far away from it. And that's when we begin to hurt ourselves, because we can't see beyond what we can't see. And if we're not willing to take that step out and say, okay, I'm just going to try this, I don't know what this looks like, then what happens is we mute ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. I've been watching Wimbledon, and I love it. Let me tell you, I'm a tennis girl. I actually played tennis, by the way, when I was younger. Yes, I did. I was not that great at it, so I did not go into high school and college playing it, but I did play it. Well, I guess it was middle school into high school, and then I stopped after we had moved. But regardless, I wasn't one of those who said, oh yeah, I'm going to be like a tennis pro. No, that was never on my radar. But I do enjoy the game of tennis, and I love watching it. So I'm watching Wimbledon right now, the championships. And we've got, of course, the Olympics coming up. And I'm watching the number one woman, Swiatek, and she is playing amazing tennis. But this last one that she played was just like, she was in her own self. Like, she started to go downhill fast, and she couldn't climb out. Her greatness stopped because she couldn't see what was right in front of her. Yet she had gone hundreds of times being able to win game after game, match after match. And here she sat, number one, and was beaten. Now, I can't tell you why she got beat. I will tell you, however, that her mind played a part in it. And whatever it was, she could not get over that hurdle. It was her own mindful limitations, and it was full of CRAP. For whatever reason, I don't know what it was, where she was, but in that moment, in that present moment, she couldn't do that. So she muted herself. Hence, she lost. Now she's not going to be up, going on, et cetera, which has totally opened up the draw, right? And there's other players that have done the same thing. There's been other players. That's what I love the Grand Slams, right? It always is an opportunity for someone that hasn't been noticed, who may even be an unseeded player that comes and moves up the ranks, and it's just their time. Why? Because they unmute the greatness within. They're willing to take a chance because they see the possibilities. My friend, the possibilities lay in the mind. Are you willing to challenge your status quo right now? Are you willing to say, yeah, I want to embark on this journey of being stretched, and I want to grow. I want to grow in a different way. Well, if you want to do that, you've got to be willing to face your fears head on, and you've got to get out of your own way. And that means you got to unmute the greatness within. So what does that look like in real life? Number one, jump in now. Jump in. You got to embrace the fear. Instead of avoiding or suppressing your fears, confront them head on. Because we're always going to fear the unknown. It just is a matter of fact. So feel the fear and then just do it. Go with it. And then make the tweaks along the way. Acknowledge that, yeah, it's not comfortable. It's not like you're lazy boy. Man, you don't have that butt impression. It doesn't kind of cover you and just sink into all your roles. Oh, no, it feels a little bit stiff. But you know what? It's okay. I got support here, and I like this. And by embracing fear as a natural part of growing, then what happens is you empower yourself to take these bold steps toward what? the unknown, the possibilities. Because the possibilities are unknown, right? You can sit here and dream all you want. I have so many dreams. I mean, if you and I could just sit down for a minute and just discuss all the dreams, I'm sure you have tons of dreams. Some that you had to bury because life happens, and that's okay. But some are still there, and some are like, I'm on fire for this one. I really want to go after this one. So jump in now. What are you waiting for? You got to bury the excuses. You got to unmute the greatness within. Don't be your limiting factor in your dream, because that's what happens. We sit here and say, I'll do it when the kids get older. No, you won't. No, you will not. Oh, I'll do it after they move out. No, you will not, because something else will take precedence. I know, because I'm looking at my goals, going back to my goals. And I look at 2024 and I look at what I'm trying to do for Create Your Now. And we've got some incredible things coming. I'm like, can I not move faster? And I'm like, okay, I got to trust the process. I got to go with this here. I know my gut tells me this, but I'm going to jump. I know it takes time, but we're going to get there. Even if it's another month or two, maybe it's another year on some things. So we have to back up to 2023, okay? But right now I'm like, okay, well, we're months into this. It's looking better. It's feeling good. But had I not jumped in, I wouldn't be where I am today. And then after you're willing to jump in now and you're saying, okay, all hands on deck, I'm doing this. I'm going to trust that this is what needs to happen. That means you got to, number 2, light your belief torch. You got to trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Believe in your abilities. Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So if you're not jumping, then you're going to just stay where you are, which is the button impression on the lazy boy, right? Get out of it. Get another chair. In fact, just move the chair. We're into renovations, right? Oh my goodness. I have had to move so many things. I don't even know where my clothes are. I don't know where like my makeup is. I hope I know where my jewelry is, but it's some of those things where I'm like, I don't know where I put things. And the kids will be like, Mom, do you know where this is? And I'm like, I did. I don't now. Well, where do you think it might be? Oh, one of those 10 boxes over there. Oh, yeah, good luck finding it. And depending upon what it is, I'm like, oh, we may just have to go get it because I won't be able to find it. I will have gone through 9 boxes and it won't be until the 10th box that I find exactly what we're needing. Even as organized that I am, I'm still not going to have it all laid out right. But you see, if we don't go ahead and start doing things, what happens? Nothing gets done. Nothing moves forward. I mean, yeah, life goes ahead, but your impact, the way you want to impact the world that you touch, yeah, maybe it goes a little stale. By trusting in yourself and your decisions, you open yourself up to a world of endless possibilities and opportunities, right? You don't want to be the limiting factor to your greatness. God created you on purpose for a purpose. You were to rise because you were created for more, so create your now. You get to see what is possible in the present when you say, I got my belief torch here. And guess what? If you don't believe in yourself, you can borrow mine because I believe in you. Grab my belief torch. Borrow a little confidence from me. Pour yourself a glass. Drink it every single morning. Get on here. Why do you think we're here at Create Your Now every single day? Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to roll over in the morning and I still have these problems. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to have that. Well, guess what? This morning, contractor's knocking at my door at 7:55. Seriously? Can they not sleep in too? Guess what? My sleeping days are over because I've got to get this house renovated. I've got to finish it. In order for me to move on to the next dream, this dream has to happen first. Jump in now. Light your belief torch. Hold it high or borrow the confidence. And finally, number 3, take aim. Action ignites motivation. You cannot feel like you are on fire unless if you're on fire, which means you're in action. You got to keep going. Break free from this analysis paralysis and take decisive action toward your goals. Tony Robbins said this, the only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Are you on that journey right now? Seriously. Are you experiencing that journey that says, yeah, I may get to it. And well, it'll be all right if I don't get to it. Like you reason out. It's like you trump yourself to saying, yeah, I don't really have to do this. But 2 months ago, you're like, I really want to do this because it's been a 20-year dream. But now you're like, well, maybe not. And that's just because maybe you were tired that day in that moment. That's okay. But it's a moment, right? Get yourself back up. Dust yourself back on. Make a commitment to yourself to push past your self-imposed limitations. Take those tangible steps toward the life that you desire. No, nothing's going to happen overnight, but if you don't start, you'll never finish. So what are you going to promise yourself today? What are you going to say? Are you going to give up before you even begin? Or are you going to say, no, Christine, I'm going to start today? Because at some point, I want to be at the finish line. I don't know what the finish line is going to look like, but I'm going to be there. When I started Create Your Now, little did I know it was going to start in my own transformation, in my own life. And now taking all my decades of experience of living and then bringing it to where I had my huge tornado now to bringing it to, okay, this is how I want to serve and serve well. What does it look like? And believe it or not, I knew what I wanted. And I actually have the original paperwork from my little notebook to my little, do you remember those desktop calendars? In fact, I think they do still sell them at the office stores. But the ones that have a monthly calendar on them and they usually come in like 14 months. Well, I had one of those and I didn't use it. Imagine that. So I just took the paper and turned it over. It's completely blank. So I had this huge big sheet of white paper. I have 3 of those. To this day, I still have those papers. And that's where my podcast began. That's where I drew what it was going to be like for Create Your Now. All the different ideas, how everything was going to come together, work together. That was over a decade ago. And guess what? We're headed that direction. Now, can I say it all looks exactly how I pinpointed it? Not exactly. There's been a few tweaks here and there, but for the most part, oh yeah. Now, for the mechanics of it, well, we kind of had to change some things here and there. We've changed the website like we're changing now, right? Because we're wanting to bring in some other things to help feature, like our TV show. We want to be able to feature recipes. That's going to be a fun collaboration project there. We're having a book. We're bringing on more books. We're going to have a store. Yeah, merch. Do you want some merch? I've been asked about getting some merch going. So we're growing in the aspect of what people are asking for. And it's all wonderful. But what's even cooler is going back to the original drawing board and actually being able to see it. Do you have that dream somewhere, whether it's in your mind or maybe it's on a piece of paper? Maybe you need to go look in those 10 boxes that you packed years ago. But maybe you need to pull those pictures out, the journal out, and see what was your passion project then? What was your dream back then? Does it really need to stay buried, or can you resurrect it in a different manner? Maybe it's not going to look the same, but it can have the same impact, right? You are in a different stage of your life, and that's great. So allow yourself some flexibility of saying, okay, this is my dream. This is my goal. What does it look like? As your kids are growing up, they're getting older. So are you. Just saying. So why wait? Take aim. I know it's Monday. I get it. You're tired. And you're like, Christiane, I really don't want this. But you kind of sound really enthusiastic. So maybe I can get to it. Get to it. Get to it, Mother Pruitt. That's what I like to say. I don't know why I say that, but that's what I like to say. So what are you doing to get to it? Maybe it's just making a simple phone call to start the process. Maybe you want to go back and get your education degree for whatever it is, your master's, your doctorate. And maybe you've got a few things, but you don't know the answers. What does it look like? So make some phone calls. It's summertime, but there are still people who answer the phones. Send some emails. Say, hey, what do I need to do to finish this? If I have approximately this, can I make an appointment to talk with you further? Why put what matters to you on hold just because you kind of turn the light out? Stop. The possibilities lay in the mind. Get out of your own way. Sign up for something new. Continue that passion project. Resurrect it. Embark on a new adventure. Maybe it's something out of the blue that you're like, I want to start a podcast. Great. Come on. Let me know you're going to start one. I would love to know what it's about. Right? The key is to take the first step. The key is to keep moving forward. In order to move forward, you have to take what? The one step. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness, my friend. Are you willing to trek that journey? Break free from the chains of your mind and embrace the limitless possibilities that await you. Nothing is impossible unless if you say it is. So it's time to silence the voices of doubt and fear and step boldly into the unknown. Oh, it's fun. It's going to be an adventure. The path to your growth is paved with challenges and uncertainties. That is a guarantee. But it is in overcoming these obstacles that you experience your miles of greatness. So are you ready? Seriously, are you ready? Dare to dream. Dare to take action. Dare to believe in yourself. The possibilities lay not outside of you, but within your mind. So embrace the journey ahead, my friend, and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. What you see, you can receive. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.